In late October 2023, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz announced a significant decision. Germany would provide Ukraine with another MIM-104 Patriot system as part of a critical support package for the winter. Parallel to this, the United States, Ukraine's primary weapons supplier, called on the nation to maximize the use of its existing arsenal, signaling a possible decrease in future aid. During this period of strategic adjustment, the Ukrainian army's ingenuity came to the forefront. Known for its innovative approach to warfare, Ukraine began repurposing its armaments, including the venerable Patriot system. Originally deployed over 6 decades ago as the cornerstone of the U.S. Army's air and missile defense, the Patriot was on the cusp of a groundbreaking evolution. As temperatures drop and challenges mount, Ukraine unveils its latest strategic asset, the Franken-SAM. This inventive system melds cutting-edge Western missile technology with Soviet-era launch platforms. At the core of the Franken-SAM lies the Patriot, now reimagined to play a vital role in fortifying Ukraine's defenses against the challenges of a severe winter and an intense military confrontation. In 1961, during the Cold War, the U.S. Army embarked on a groundbreaking project to develop a state-of-the-art air defense system to replace the less mobile Hawk and Nike Hercules systems. This initiative led to the creation of the MIM-104 Patriot surface-to-air missile system, a name derived from its radar component, the Phased Array Tracking Radar to intercept on target, which flew for the first time in 1969. The Patriot was designed and developed by Raytheon to be highly mobile, enabling rapid deployment and repositioning, crucial in responding to aerial threats in various combat scenarios. Its architecture centered around key components: a radar set for target detection and tracking, an engagement control station for command and control, and multiple missile launchers. The system's advanced radar enabled the Patriot to track multiple targets simultaneously, while the control station served as the operation's brain, processing radar data and coordinating the missile launchers, which were equipped with MIM-104 missiles and designed for flexibility. As the system developed, it evolved beyond its original anti-aircraft role. By the late 1970s, the Patriot had been enhanced to intercept ballistic missiles, in addition to high-flying aircraft and other threats. By the 1980s, the Patriot system laid the groundwork for what would become an integral component in the strategic defense arsenals of the United States and its allies. But despite its technological advancements, the Patriot system had yet to be battle-proven. In 1991, during Operation Desert Storm in the First Iraq War, the Patriot, considered one of the best air defense systems in the Western military, was first deployed to protect Israel and Saudi Arabia from the Russian-made Scuds used by Saddam Hussein's army. The first combat use of the Patriot on January 18, 1991, was a false alarm due to a computer glitch, mistakenly reported as a successful interception. Throughout the war, over 40 ballistic missiles were engaged by Patriot missiles, but the actual success rate remains controversial even to this day. According to one MIT professor, no Scud was hit, while another specialist countered this claim by pointing to evidence of Scuds damaged by Patriot fragments. On February 25, 1991, a software error in the Patriot's timing mechanism led to a failure to intercept the missile, and a tragic accident occurred when a Scud struck, taking the lives of 28 U.S. soldiers in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia. During a visit to Raytheon that same year, President George H.W. Bush boldly declared a 97% success rate. However, this was later challenged, with independent analyses reporting significantly lower success rates, potentially as low as below 10%. In response to these findings, a U.S. House subcommittee report concluded that the Patriot was not as successful as publicized during the Gulf War, and Raytheon got to work on an improved model. Since its deployment in the first Gulf War, the Patriot missile system has undergone a remarkable transformation. Central to this evolution has been the introduction of advanced interceptor missiles like the PAC-2 and PAC-3, the latter notable for its technology, which greatly enhances its ability to neutralize ballistic missiles through direct impact. The system's radar and tracking capabilities have also significantly improved accuracy and reliability in detecting and engaging a wider array of high-speed threats. Additionally, The Patriot has been designed to be more interoperable with other defense systems. With this, the system's operational scope has expanded, enabling it to counter a broader spectrum of threats, including sophisticated ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and advanced aircraft. Today, the MIM-104 Patriot meets the evolving demands of modern warfare, solidifying its status as a crucial component in the defense strategies of the United States and its allies. By early 2021, Patriot units had become the most frequently deployed units in the U.S. Army, with 0.9 soldiers at home on station for every one deployed abroad. But since then, the missile has gone international. The Patriot has been widely exported. In addition to the United States, Patriots are also operated or purchased by countries like the Netherlands, Germany, Japan, Kuwait, Taiwan, Greece, Spain, South Korea, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Sweden, Poland, and Bahrain. The Patriot system achieved its first undisputed shootdowns of enemy aircraft with Israel, when Israeli Air Defense Command MIM-104D batteries shot down 2 Hamas UAVs during Operation Protective Edge in August 2014. And in the following month, another battery shot down a Syrian Air Force Sukhoi Su-24, achieving the system's first shootdown of a manned enemy aircraft. Since the spring 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine, the latter repeatedly requested Western countries for sophisticated air defense systems to defend themselves against the latter's bombardment of civilian energy infrastructure. At the beginning of the war, to fight against Russia's low-flying cruise missiles and bomb-like Shahed-136 drones, Ukrainian forces used and then ran out of a short supply of various short-range air defense systems, like Russian-made Buks and S-300s, old-generation US-made Hawk missiles, and modern SAM systems, like NASAMS. However, modern SAM system launchers and missiles are in extremely short supply. In late fall 2022, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba said that to protect energy infrastructure and stop blackouts, the American-made Patriot defense system was, quote, what Ukraine needs the most. That same December, the White House announced their plans to do just that. The Ukrainian Armed Forces began operating American and German-supplied Patriot PAC-3 systems in 2023, with the first engagement being the reported interception of a Russian Kh-47 Kinzhal aeroballistic missile over the capital, Kyiv, on May 4th. Not even 2 weeks later, on the 16th, the Ukrainian Air Force claimed they'd once again used Patriots to intercept a salvo of 6 Kinzhal missiles over the capital. During these engagements, the Patriot battery reportedly suffered minor damage during the attack, possibly from missile debris, and was successfully repaired. According to CNN, Ukraine has also used the Patriot system to shoot down at least one Russian fighter jet flying far from the front. Russian aircraft generally stay behind Russian lines, making them difficult to shoot down by the shorter-range surface-to-air batteries previously used by Ukraine. With these series of initially successful engagements, Moscow has embarked on a public mocking of the American-designed weapons system, questioning its effectiveness, with Vladimir Putin even going as far as calling the Patriot a rather old system, to which Russia would find an antidote. Over nearly 2 years of war, the West has supplied Ukraine with at least 10 state-of-the-art Patriot systems and many other weapons, like IRIS-T systems, tanks fitted with anti-aircraft guns, and more than 2,000 shoulder-fired Stinger missiles. But despite shortages, it seems Ukraine is not willing to give up using this weapon just yet. With winter approaching, Ukrainian officials are desperate for more air defenses to protect from some of Russia's favorite wintertime activity, strikes on power grids that could potentially plunge the country into freezing darkness. Also, since the start of the war, Ukraine has tinkered with mixing and matching aging Soviet-era stockpiles, and the ones it's gotten from the West, in many strange and often successful ways. The newest of these is now part of a weapons system that was the brainchild of Ukraine, but is now being actually pursued by the Pentagon. Called the Franken-SAM program by American officials, it combines advanced Western-caliber surface-to-air missiles and pairs them with refitted Soviet-era launchers or radars already owned by Ukraine. 2 variants of these improvised air defenses, one pairing Soviet Buk launchers and American Sea Sparrow missiles, the other marrying Soviet-era radars and American Sidewinder missiles, have been tested over the past several months on military bases in the United States and are set to be delivered to Ukraine in the fall. A third, the Cold War-era Hawk missile system, was displayed on Ukraine's battlefield in late fall 2023. But a new one is set to become the most powerful of these hybrid systems yet, a Patriot missile and launching station that operates with Ukraine's older, domestically made radar systems. According to a Pentagon official, the Patriot Franken-SAM is undergoing testing at the White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico, where the system successfully hit the drone it had targeted. Rumors say the system will be delivered to Ukraine during the 2023-24 winter season, along with donated Patriot missiles and additional components from various allies. According to Laura K. Cooper, a senior U.S. defense official and Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Russia, Ukraine, and Eurasia Policy, these Franken-SAMs are, quote, contributing to filling critical gaps in Ukraine's air defenses, and this is the most important challenge that Ukraine faces today. According to Can Kasapoglu, a defense analyst for the Hudson Institute in Washington, in addition to helping Ukraine maintain its arsenal for the long war ahead, this method, quote, provides an opportunity to put weapons that are collecting dust on NATO capital shelves into practical use.